Hi, my name is Professor Azimi and I'm one of the course contributors for the English 101 class. I am going to go through the education module to go over your requirements. I'm going to start in the education module week 1. And in week 1, you have Lumen resources, as you have in your other modules. And in the Lumen resources, you're going over quoting, paraphrasing, and avoiding plagiarism, along with formatting the works cited page. This is very important, so please don't skip over any of your Lumen resources. Then you have a video that you can launch by clicking on it. And you have 2 additional readings, the Anion article and the Edwards article. After you watch your video and the 2 readings, you go to your discussion board post, and in the discussion board post, you are going to respond to the following. For the discussion board post, respond to the prompt in 2 to 3 paragraphs. Paragraphs should be organized by topic and not simply address the questions in order. Include examples for each of the texts and complete with MLA in-text citations. So you have 4 specific questions for the prompt. And then you have your criteria that you have to address. Please make sure that you address all the criteria and that you respond to the complete prompt. After you do your initial prompt in the discussion board post, make sure you respond to your peers and follow the peer response criteria, which is listed in the bullet points highlighted in blue below. After you do your discussion board prompt, go to your week 2. When you're in week 2, you have your Lumen resources where you're creating paragraphs, and conclusions. This is all what you're going to review for the Lumen resources. And then afterwards, you have 2 articles that you'll read, one by Alvarez and one by Darling Hammond. You read those 2 articles, and then you go to your discussion board post for week 2. In this discussion board post, you have the option to submit it in 2 different ways. You can either go to the discussion post quote analysis word chart, which I'm hovering over right now, and download that, and then you can directly type in your responses in the chart, which looks just like this, or you can copy this chart and paste it in your discussion board post area where you do your initial posts. And then once you paste it in, you can type into the boxes directly in the discussion board post area. Make sure that you follow your criteria and then respond to peers after you do your initial post. Next, go to week 3. And in week 3, again, you have learning resources through Lumen where you're going over evidence. And then after you review your Lumen resources, make sure you read the articles here. You have 3 articles, the Madden article, an article by Patinsky, and then the article by Maxwell. You read those 3 articles, and then you respond to the discussion board prompt. This prompt is quite detailed, and in this discussion board prompt, make sure you respond to all of the questions and sub-questions. You have your criteria listed below, and then you have your criteria for your peer responses. Make sure you do your initial prompt, and then move on to your peer responses afterwards, as you have in previous modules. Afterwards, go to your Education Week 4 module, Requirements. Your Lumen resources include Matters of Mechanics, Grammar and Style, Revising, and then Editing and Proofreading. And you want to review the MLA formatting because you are getting ready to submit your essay for this module. The EDUC peer review requirements are listed here, and this is in a discussion board format. Make sure you start the new thread and copy and paste your essay within that thread, and follow the directions of highlighting or underlining your sources that are quoted or paraphrased in the body paragraphs, and also highlight or underline your thesis statement. After you post your essay, you want to make sure you provide feedback to 2 of your classmates in peer responses. So this right here the peer review is your initial post, and then this right here, number 2, is your peer response. And in the peer response, you want to make sure you respond to questions 1 through 5 for the students or classmates who you respond to. Then please scroll down to your education essay. You can download by clicking the education essay PDF, or you can just go through the requirements that are listed right here. Your American educational experiences. In this essay, please consider your personal experiences with education as it relates to the larger American educational system. To begin, select one of the following prompts that relates to your experiences and opinions about the American educational system. Your prompt: compose an essay in response to the essential questions for the module. Consider the assigned readings for the unit, and select at least 2 that connect with and support your ideas. Conduct research and include evidence from at least 2 additional sources to support your ideas. Then it gives your essential questions that ground the education unit, which you should review on your own. And when you're writing this essay, write for an audience that is not in this class. That means you'll need to spend time for summarizing key ideas, defining terms that may be unfamiliar, choosing short quotes from the reading selections to help your reader get a sense of the author's arguments. You have a 3 to 4 page essay, which is 750 to 1,000 words, and then you have a number of requirements. And the 2 that I'm going to point out are your sources, because they're bolded. You have to have 2 sources from your assigned readings, from your common readings that you've studied during the 4 weeks of this module, and then you also have to pull 2 additional sources from the CCBC database. Remember, you have other requirements, including MLA style citations, so make sure you review all of your requirements so you submit properly. Please make sure you go through all of your Lumen resources in detail, along with all of your assignments for the education module, so you're set up for success. Thank you.